Hey everybody, it's Peter. It's day 18 of SSSVEDA, Vlog Every Day in August, sponsored by Amy Schmidtauer's SavvySexySocial.com website. And today, instead of doing the question from the calendar, I saw Hitman's Bodyguard today. So I'm going to do a movie review because normally on my channel I do movie reviews as well as I talk about tech once in a while and my thoughts on other things techy and or geeky. No spoilers for this one. I'm just going to try to remember what I saw because it's not a memorable movie. My advice before I even get into it is just give it a big pass. You got some really good actors in here. You've got Ryan Reynolds, you've got Samuel Jackson, you've got Salma Hayek, Gary Oldman as the East European bad guy. He is the president of Belarus, who is a war criminal on hold at The Hague, and basically everybody that can finger him as being the big bad guy of the week has mysteriously all died. The only person left to identify him is Samuel Jackson. Ryan Reynolds actually plays a bodyguard for hire, basically high dignitaries, that kind of thing. Samuel Jackson is a hitman for hire, and of course you're going to put the two together. And they're trying to get Samuel Jackson with the Interpol guys, trying to get him to The Hague. Of course, that goes south, and the agent in charge, she calls Ryan, who happens to be her ex-boyfriend. So you can see where this is going. You basically got all these people that know each other. You find it later on, too. There's a history between Reynolds and Jackson. It's basically get Jackson to the Greek, or in this case, get him to The Hague. That's about it. And the one thing I found about this movie, too, is it doesn't know what it wants to be. That's what I walked away with. Like it was, when you see the trailers, you think, oh, it's an action, instead of action buddy cop, it's action hitman swapping stories on a road trip. Yeah, they're both good at quipping with each other, and there are scenes together when they're like, this and that and the other thing. But then it felt like other things. It was like, oh, it's like Lethal Weapon. You got, crazy cop. One guy's crazy, one guy's straight-laced. It felt like Odd Couple, where Reynolds is like the Felix Neatnick character, and Jackson is the crazy Oscar character. He's sort of sloppy with his technique. Ryan Reynolds is like, no, we have to do things just listen. You have to have a list, and you have to do things just so. How most of the movie rolls. Tons of action scene because the director is Patrick Hughes. This is his third movie. The movie he did before this was Expendables 3. The action is not bad in this, but there are times where the action scenes, and there's lots of them, don't know when to stop. Another thought I had too, it felt like watching Mike Myers doing Austin Powers, and when he tells one of his jokes, and there's one of the scenes where he goes on and on and on. And then the other character, whoever he's with in the scene, just kind of looks at him like, and he'll go like, okay, I'll stop. Even in the third act, near the end, where they're like, oh, we're finally in Amsterdam. We're going to get him to the courthouse. We're going to put Gary Oldman away. And it's like, okay, you told your Interpol girlfriend that you're going to be there in minutes. Well, 20 minutes later, you're still running around doing chase scenes, a chase scene on foot, which is Point Break. And I think because of myself, too, I'm a bit of a movie aficionado. I've seen quite a few movies, good, bad, and ugly. You start seeing patterns after a while. There's only so many. It's like fashion nowadays, too. Only can do so many things. Now we're doing skinny suits of the 60s, and some of the girls are wearing their hair like the 70s, and the movies are doing the same thing, too. Oh, I got an idea. What if you take this, put this together and do that, and we'll come up with this. The other analogy I came with, too, is basically if you took a bunch of genres, threw them together, either put them in a Cuisinart and or a sausage machine, and, just cranked it out, and whatever came out, that's the movie. That's what it felt like. There were some parts, though, that were kind of funny, like how, and there's a lot of flashback stories. Well, Samuel Jackson, I remember the time I first did my first job, and I killed my first man. Or when I met Salma Hayek, his now wife, I remember the first day I fell in love with her. And there's also that's going on about love and relationships. Like Jackson's just like, why I didn't work with you and your Interpol girlfriend. This is what's happening. Why? And, so it's like, like, where's this movie going? The last half decent, buddy opposites attract kind of movie was Two Guns. And that was like a 90-minute movie, but that sort of flowed. It made sense. But overall, Two Guns is a good sit-down popcorn movie. Sit down with your buddies, or even if you got a girlfriend that likes action flicks, watch that movie. That's a really good movie. But this, I think it was trying too hard to be something, but we don't know what. And I remember a comment from somebody else that mentioned this too, and I found the same thing too. And maybe I shouldn't watch reviews before I go see movies, but I felt the same thing too. All the scenes with Gary Oldman, it felt like we were in the middle of a war pick. Oh, here's the evil guy, and he's killing people in Belarus, and he's going to this is how he's going to rule the country. So you've got this really seriousness and darkness, and then you cut over to Ryan Reynolds said, "Well, I'm a funny Canadian guy," blah blah blah. And Jackson, "Yeah, man, you know nothing, MF. Where are we going with this?" And then it's a love story, and it's a shooting movie, and then there's car chases, and I guess nobody wants to shoot in America anymore either. I thought actually all the scenes looked a lot better in Fault in the Stars than it did in this movie. And I found the shooting, not the shooting, but the style of shooting the movie. I felt like, what's his name? Greengrass, who did the Bourne Identity movies with the steady cam. And I'm almost going around in circles with my review because I really don't know how to put this other than give it a pass. I would definitely wait till either it comes out on Netflix, or if you collect, if you're a fan of the guys, or ask for it as a Christmas present. Hey, hey honey, can I get the Hitman's Bodyguard as a Blu-ray? It's not a good movie, and I'd give it a total pass. Out of 5, maybe a 2.5. If I gave it a letter designation, it'd be maybe a C plus. Somebody asked me, I was talking to, I went for dinner after, says, what do you think is this, your best movie? They were saying, they thought Dunkirk was the movie of the summer. I said, no, Baby Driver. That's my thoughts. You can check out my other videos and my other reviews that I do on the channel. Remember to like, dislike, hit the subscribe over here, ring the bell if you want to follow me further, and we'll see you tomorrow. Laters.